situation where someone is behaving abnormal and all you could think of is to take the person to the church for the pastors to pray. The pastor is not a therapist, it's not a psychologist, it's not a psychiatrist. All you could do is to take the person to a psychiatric home where the person will get the adequate treatment. And in the process of doing that, you can pray for the person. A situation whereby you have an exam to write and all you could think of is to fast for 14 days and 14 nights without studying. These things happens majority of the time. Many times you see people who are looking for jobs, who are looking for one contract or the other, but they are not prepared. They don't have the right CV, they don't have the right connections. All they do is to pray. They don't even have the skill that is needed. They don't even take those things seriously, believing that the prayer will help them. Yes, prayer helps. There is miracle. Miracle can happen. I believe in miracle. I believe in prayer. Many of you are too spiritual or too religious to the point that you miss the track. Yes, you miss the track in the sense that you do things that you are not meant to do. You always pray and thinking prayer will help you. You are the one that will help yourself. Do you know that your lifestyle is a prayer? Yeah. You can even kneel down and pray for 40 days and 40 nights. If you don't act, that means you don't have faith. Prayers requires faith, and that faith means you have to act. And acting means you have to get yourself prepared. Yes. Because when you're praying for something and that thing comes and you're not ready to accept it, where will that thing be? That is it. Even us, before we plant a seed, we have to cultivate the land, prepare the land for planting, and when water comes, everything germinates. What I'm trying to say is, the spiritual control the physical, yes, and the spiritual cannot do without the physical. The same thing as the physical cannot do without the what? The spiritual. We need each other. So, but you cannot leave the physical to try to be in the spiritual while you are a human being. The doctors, the therapists, all these people, engineers, are people who have gotten their ideas from the spiritual, from God. So God requires you to trust them because He is the one that endowed them with those gifts and talents for them to use for the betterment of life. So you see, all these things that we are looking for are something that we can do for ourselves without so much struggle. But because we are blindfolded and thinking that it's all about kneeling down and praying day and night without actions. The summary of everything I'm saying is don't be too religious or too spiritual because you're a human being. Majority of the things that you think are true or right, or maybe what somebody threw a stone on the zinc and you think it has a spiritual meaning or something. Once you're too religious or too spiritual, you will read spirituality, you read meaning to everything in the spiritual part, and at some point you might be deceiving yourself. Be physical while you are too also spiritually alert. In that way, when small things that require your physical effort comes, you can do it and you will see yourself saving so many lives. Many people have died because of our negligence and because of our stubbornness, because of our ignorance. There are some persons that would have been alive today if we were not too religious or too spiritual. And there are also some persons that would have been alive if we were too religious and too spiritual. What does it mean? It means that we need to balance things. Do not be over. Do not be too spiritual. Do not be too religious. And do not be always too physical. Combine them together and know the right thing to do at the right time. Think about it.